So we've been hearing that there's some questions out there about strong dog. So I've got Beatrice here. She's going to help me talk about strong dog. So Beatrice, go ahead and come down onto all fours. Let's talk about how you get into strong dog. We're going to start off in a cat position. Shoulders are over wrists, knees are over hips. And Beatrice has already gone into the strong cat position, meaning that she's engaged her core. So yeah, she's exhaled, pulled in, created this rounded spine. Now, the only difference between this and strong dog is that the hands come forward 3 to 4 inches, the toes curl, and then we lift the hips. Notice that the hips are going to come way up, higher than the shoulders. We still have the rounded spine. We still have the shoulders coming maybe forward towards the wrists. We have the knees bent, and then we have this action of pulling toes to wrists, wrist to toes. Okay, so I'm going to give her a break. Come on down for a second, Beatrice. Okay, so what we mean by a strong posture is that we are activating the posture. Let me show you an example of a passive expression of this posture. So Beatrice is going to come back onto her hands and knees. She's going to walk her hands forward 3 to 4 inches. And then she's going to lift up into downward facing dog. So curl your toes, lift your hips. So this is a posture that we're pretty much familiar with, right, from the Earth series, in that the legs are straight, the back is flat. The reason I would call this a passive stretch is she is lifting her hips up. The lifting of the hips creates a stretch through no fault of their own on the hamstrings and the back, right? A passive stretch meaning that a force outside of that muscle group is what is creating the stretch. Let's activate this. She can start by activating her quadriceps and activating her core. We're going to take it another step going into strong dog. We're going to lift the heels. She's going to bend her knees. She's going to keep pulling that stomach in, and eventually look how the shoulders start to move forward. Now we have the whole entire backside of the body getting long because the entire front side of the body is getting strong. Good. Release. Come on down. So let's talk about the transitions in and out of strong dog. So right now she's in a strong dog position. The hips are higher than the shoulders. The knees are bent. Everything's pulling in. She's going to keep the same amount of engagement. She's just going to straighten her legs. Quadriceps load. Bring the hips down. That moves the shoulders forward slightly. And now she's in a strong plank position. Strong plank is still a very challenging posture. It's not true plank because her body's not straight. She has this rounded spine. Now, she's going to keep drawing in. Lift back up into strong dog. The heels come up. The knees start to bend, and look, the hips start coming up above the shoulders again. And she's pulling in, like it's all of this is pulling into that core. She's going to keep it strong, and then lower and strengthen. Now she's in strong plank, and now she's getting ready to go into chaturangas and military-style push-ups. Good. Lower down.